Hello, welcome everyone. Myself, Sheikh Tipu Rahman. I'm working as an aptitude trainer in Madanpal Institute of Technology and Science. And in our college, there's a scheme which was introduced by All India Council for Technical Education, that is AICTE, called Prerna Scheme, that prepares SC/ST students for higher education to compete in the upcoming exams like GRE, TOEFL, GATE, CAT. So in this video, I'm going to cover one of the most important topic that is required or that is being asked in most of the competitive exams for higher studies. So let us discuss that topic in this video. Fine. So the title of the topic is HCF and LCM. It is one of the most beautiful yet interesting topic which comes under the major concept of number systems. So in quantity aptitude, we have number system as one of the important concept. Under that, I'm going to cover HCF LCM in this video. Okay, so let's start one by one. So let us start with LCM. So I think most of you are aware of the full form of it. LCM stands for least common multiple. So what does this mean, least common multiple? So let me take an example. So let's say there are two numbers, 24, 36, and I want to find what is the least common multiple of this. Now here we have a term called multiple. So what does multiple means? A multiple means if let's say n is a given number, all the multiples, that is n, 2n, 3n and so on, or the multiples of the given number n. So let us practically see what does it means. So 24. So the multiples of 24, that is 24 ones are 24, next 48, 72, 4s are 96, 5s are 120, 6s are 144 and so on. So these are the multiples of 24. And similarly, write down the multiples of 36. So 36 multiples are 36, 72, 3s are 108, 4s are 144, next 180 and so on. Clear? Now look for common multiples. That means the multiples which are common in the first number and the second number. So if I observe closely, I have 72, 72 common. Next, I have 144, 144. Like that, like this, I'll get many common multiples. In those common multiples, I have to check which is the least common multiple. So here, the least common multiple in both the numbers is 72. Okay, that means 72 is the LCM of 24 and 36. This also means that 24 divides 72 completely. That means the remainder will be 0, as well as 36 also divides 72 completely. Got the point? So this is the concept of LCM, but this is a lengthy process. It's just a concept. How do we actually solve? So we have different methods of solving LCM. Okay, so let us start with the basic known method, that is traditional division method. So these are the given numbers. Okay, so we'll start with the traditional method. So 24, 36. So first we'll start with 2. So 2 12s are, next 2 18s are, again it goes with 2, 2 6s are, 2 9s are. So both the number goes with 3, 3 2s are, 3 3s are. Now there is no common term. So LCM of the given numbers is, just multiply these numbers, 2 into 2 into 3 into 2 into 3. So 2 to the 4, 4 to the 12, 12 to the 24, 24 3s are 72. So 72 is the LCM of the two given numbers, that is 24 and 36. So this is first method, which is a traditional method. Okay. So you are free to use any method which you are comfortable with. Okay. Most of us have learned this method during our schooling days and we are implementing the fine. So it's absolutely correct. So let us see, do we have any other method or any method that gives me the answer fastly? Okay. So we have a second method, which actually I can say the shortcut of this method. So whenever there are two numbers, take the highest number and write down the multiples of it. So 36 multiples. 36 ones are 36, 2s are 72, next 108, 144, and so on. Now check the least number, that is the smaller number. Check whether in those multiples does 24 divides any of this, completely divides. So if you see, 36 is not completely divisible by 24, whereas 72 is divisible as well as 144 is divisible. That means when I divide 72 with 24, I get a remainder as 0. Similarly, in the case of 144, this happens. Now in this, the least number is 72. So 72 is my LCM. Hope I'm clear with this. So you can even do the LCM for any number. Let's say 10, 20. So highest number is 20. Write down 20 first. Okay, and multiples 20, 40, next 60, and so on. Now if you see 10, 10 divides 20 completely. So the LCM of 10, 20 is 20. Let me take few more examples to get a clarity. Okay, so let me take 8, 10. Okay, so we have two numbers. I want to get the LCM. So write down the biggest number and down its multiples. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and so on. Now if you observe closely, 8 completely divides only 40 from these numbers. So the LCM of 8, 10 is 40. So hope I'm clear with my point for this method. It's not only applicable for 2 as well as it can be done for 3 numbers as well. For example, if I have a number called 3 numbers 4, 8, and 12, I have to find the LCM. I can do with traditional method or I can go with the shortcut. Shortcut is take the highest number and write down the multiples. So 12 ones are 12, 24, 36, 48, and so on. Now check with the remaining numbers that they divide completely that number. So if I take 12, 12 is not divided by 8, so I can't take this. 24, 8 3 are 24. Yes. Similarly, check for 4. 4, 4 6 are 24. So LCM of 4, 8, and 12 is 24. Got the point? So that's regarding the shortcut. That is a second method. Now there is one more method, which is one more kind of effective method. So we call it as factorization. So converting the given numbers into factorized form is called factorization, and using this factorized form we can easily find out the LCM of any given number. Yeah. Now let us take the same example that I have taken earlier, 24, 36. Now what is factorized form? Factorized form is nothing but writing a given number in terms of product of powers of prime numbers. That means you have to just write prime number to the power of anything into prime numbers to the power of anything. So let's say, how do we split 24 in terms of prime products and their powers? So 24 we can use L division method. So 2 ones are 2 twos are, next 2 6 are 12, next 2 threes are 6, 3 ones are, that's it. So that means 24 in its factorized form can be written as 2 power 3 into 3 power 2 power 3, that is 2 cube is 8, 8 threes are 24, so it's correct. Now in the similar way, how can we write 36? So let us write the factorized form using L division. So 36 I can start with 2, that is 2 18s are, next similarly 2 9s are, next 3 3s are, 3 1s are. So seeing this, I can say 36 has 2 2s and 2 3s in it. So that is 2 square and 3 square. These are the factorized form of the given numbers. Now, whenever the numbers are in factorized form, finding LCM is almost easy. So LCM can be taken as, write down all different bases with highest power available. Okay, so that means LCM. So write down all different bases. All different bases are prime number. That is, I have 2 and 3. And what is the highest number of 2 in these two numbers? It's 3. And what is the highest power of 3? It's 2. So 2 cube is 8. 3 square is 9. 8 9 is 72. So 72 is my LCM for the given number. Clear? So these are the different methods, and you can select or choose any of it based on your comfort. Clear? So that is regarding LCM. So let us discuss something about HCF. Okay. Now HCF is nothing but highest common factor. So it's sometimes also named as GCD. Is nothing but greatest common divisor. So both are same. So in any case you encounter with term called GCD, don't worry, it is nothing but HCF. Okay. Now here we have a term called factor. So what is a factor? What does this mean? So factor is nothing but a number which can divide the given number with no remainder. That means the remainder will be 0. So that is about factor, and we have to see what are the common factors. So let me take the same example. So let's say 24, 36. So factors. So what are the factors of 24? Just write it down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, next 6, 8, 12, 24. Okay. Now similarly, what are the factors of 36? So I'm just writing down the series of numbers that completely divides the given. So it starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, next 9, 12, and I think 18 and 36. Okay. Now I have factors of 24 in front of me and I have factors of 36. Okay. Now see what are the common factors. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 6, 6, and I could say 12, 12. That's it. Now which is the highest common factor? If I say 12 is the highest common factor, that is HCF of the two numbers 24 and 36. This is what HCF stands for and this is what HCF means. But practically solving, this is not the effective method. So how do we find HCF? So we'll discuss couple of methods. Okay. So let me start with the traditional method that we might have learned in the schooling. So I'll take the same example, that is I want to find the HCF of two numbers 24, 36. So take the biggest number as dividend, write it in the middle, and the smallest as divisor. I think we are familiar with this. The number in the middle is called as dividend, this is divisor, this will be quotient, and the difference, after doing the difference, whatever the solution we get, that is a remainder. Okay. So 24 it goes with 1, 24 ones are 24, 12. Now remember, if you don't get 0, you have to repeat this procedure. What I have to do is, whatever is the remainder, make it as divisor, and this divisor will become the dividend. That means you have to drag it here. Clear? Now again do the same thing. 24 completely goes with 12, so 12 2s are 24, remainder 0. If you don't get 0, you have to repeat this step again and again. At any step, whenever you get 0, the HCF is nothing but the divisor of the number. Okay, this is the HCF. So as we have already verified, HCF using a normal method is 12. So 12 is the correct answer. Clear? So HCF of two numbers using the traditional method is 12. Okay. Now there is one more method. So this is the first method. So there is one more method of finding the HCF, and it is again using in the factorized form. Okay. So first convert the given numbers 24 and 36 in the factorized form. And if I'm not wrong, we already have this factorized form. So 24 can be written as 2 cube into 3 power 1, that is 8 3 are 24. 36 can be written as 2 square into 3 square. So factorized form, as I already told, is nothing but product of powers of prime numbers. Okay. Now, in this factorized form, how to find the HCF? So HCF is nothing but writing all down only common bases or factors, whatever it is, common bases of factors with least powers. Clear? So if I see, I have only both are common. 2 is common as well as 3 is common. So what is the least power of 2? It's 2. What is the least power of 3? It's 1. So 2 square is 4, 4 3 is 12. So 12 is my HCF, which is the same answer in the previous case. Clear? So this is a basic concept of LCM and HCF. Now let us see how questions are asked in competitive exams for higher studies. Okay. Now, so let me take an example for LCM first. So let's say there are three friends who visits. There are three friends who visits market on every 2 days once, comma 3 days once, and 4 days one each. Okay. Next, after every how many days once do they all meet each other? So first understand the question, it's very easy. There are three friends. So one person has an habit of going to market every 2 days, once in a 2 day. Other person goes once in a 3 day, and other person goes once in a 4 day. Now this is a repetitive cycle they'll be going. Now the question is after how many, that means after every time period, how many days do they meet each other? Now if I see this doing in a normal method, like taking it and calculating it. So on the second day, who would be there? So let's say there are three friends ABC. Second day, A would be present in the market, BC will not be available. On the third day, okay, as it is given, A will not be available, B will be available, but C won't be available. But on the fourth day, A will be definitely available because there's a 1 day gap. That's it. So after every 2 days, once A is going, and B won't be available, but C will be available because C visits 4 days in month. If you do like this, okay, I have to get somewhere where I'll get all threes available. So this will happen on the 12th day. On the 12th day, A, B, C will be available in the market. So they are going to meet every 12th day. Why I have taken 12? Because 12 is a minimum number that divides completely by 4, 3 and 2 as well. So 2, 3, 4 divides completely 12. So here 12 is nothing but LCM of 2, 3 and 4. That's it. So you can do traditional normal method, or I have told you the shortcut, take the highest number. Okay. 4 ones are 4, 4 doesn't go with 3. So take the next one. 4 twos are 8, 4 threes are 12. If I take 12, 12 completely divides 3, completely divides 2. So my LCM is 2. Okay. So this is how the questions they ask in competitive exams. And the level of difficulty varies based on the exam what you are going for, but the concept remains the same. Clear? So there will be further examples like 4 traffic signal shows red color every 30 seconds and every 40-second ones and every 60-second ones, and based on the data they'll be asking the questions. Okay, so it's quite similar, the application is same, but the way they represent, the way you have to solve, it matters based on the question. Clear? This is regarding LCM. Now let us see how do they ask questions in the exams for HCF. Clear? So first example, So let's say there are three category of students. There are three category of students with 30 maths, 45 physics, and 90 science. Okay. Now these students should be accommodated in rooms such that every room should have same number of students with same subjects. Okay. Now find the minimum number of rooms required. So this is a question. Okay. Now it is given. I'm sorry. So it is given that there are three category of students: 30 from maths, 45 from physics, and 90 from science. These students should be accommodated in the room such that every room should have same number of students with same subject. Okay, and I have to find the minimum number of rooms. Whenever I say minimum, most of the students mistake it and they'll try to find the LCM. See, here one thing you have to remember: when we have minimum number of rooms, that means each room should accommodate maximum number of students. So indirectly, this question states you to find the HCF. Getting my point? So write down the numbers 30, 45, 90. I think if you are very good at numbers, you can easily see and recognize the highest common factor that divides all these three numbers is 50. Okay, you can use any method, factorized form or the normal traditional way, you can get the answer. Okay, now so you have to have a set of 15 students each. So that means uh, this is maths, physics, and science. So maths can have two batches, that is 30 by 2, sorry, 30 by 15. Okay, this will be 45 by 15, which is nothing but three batches. This will be 90 by 15, which is nothing but six batches, if I'm not. Yeah. Now, so there will be 2, 3, and 6 batches. I have to find the minimum number of room required. That is 2 plus 3 plus 6. So total number of room required is minimum number of room required is 11. Okay. So that's the question. Clear? So in the upcoming slides, let us discuss some more practical questions they might ask for the written exam. Okay. So let us discuss that. Okay. So here is the first question. So find the greatest number that will divide 43, 91, and 183 so as to leave the same remainder in each case. So during exam, it's not a compulsory thing that you might remember each and every concept of HCF or LCM. So it's fine if you always go ahead with the options if you're comfortable with, but it's better to know the concept. Okay, so let us discuss the concept first, because in the option wise you can go with ease. So the concept is quite simple. So you have to find the greatest number that will divide 43, 91, and 183 so as to leave the same remainder in each case. Okay, we don't know what is the remainder, and we don't know what is a common number. Okay, so let me take an example to explain this concept clearly so that you can have an idea of how to solve this. Okay, so let me take three numbers. Let's say 24, mm, 36 and 96. Okay, so now the question will be find the greatest number that will exactly divides all the above numbers. That's it. Find the greatest number that will exactly divides all the above numbers. So indirectly they are asking you to find the HCF of these numbers. That is 24, 36, 96. So if you're good at multiplication table of 12, if you see 12 goes with everything. So 12 is the LCM. So it's quite simple, easy to calculate for this. So 12 2 the 24, 12 3 is the 36, and for 96 it goes for 12 8 the. Yeah. Okay. So this is the HCF. Now, now assume there's a question like this. Assume the question has 26, 38 and 98. Okay. If you divide all the numbers with 12, okay, you will get 2. That is same remainder in each case. That is same remainder in each case. Okay. So assume 26, 38, 98 is a given set of numbers, and if you divide all the numbers with 12, you will get 2. That is same remainder in each case. Now let us take both the sets. So we have one set 24, 36, 96, and we have one more set 26, 38 and 98. Now in both the cases what is same? Okay, in both the cases what is same? So if you observe closely, in both the cases the difference of two numbers is same in both the cases. The difference of two numbers of the given numbers is same in both the cases. Okay, so let me take the difference between 24 and 36. So 36 minus 24 will be 12. Next, difference between 96 and 36. So here the difference will be 60, and next 96 and 24. Here the difference will be 96 and 24 is nothing but 72. Clear? Now let me take the difference in this case. Okay, before going that, let me check 12, 60, 72. These are the three numbers. So that means the HCF of these three numbers will be the same of the differences. That means HCF of these three numbers and the difference HCF will be same. Therefore, finding HCF of 12, 60, 72 is same as finding HCF of 24, 36, 96. Clear? Now let me check the differences in this one. Okay, so 26 minus 38. So the difference will be 12. Next, 38 minus 98. Here the difference will be 60, and here 98 minus 26. The difference will be 72. So if you check, the difference in both the cases are same. That means the HCF value for these three numbers is 12, as well as these three will also be 12. So that I'm getting the remainder as 2. So hope the concept is clear. Okay. So difference or same in both the cases. So one thing you have to remember is you have to take HCF of differences when we talk about same remainder in each case. Whenever we have a question like this, find the greatest number that will divide 43, 91, 183 so as to leave the same remainder in each case. The solution is you have to take HCF of differences between these numbers. Okay. So let us check how we do that. Clear? Okay. Now, so the given numbers are 43, 91 and 183. So let me take differences one by one. So difference between 43 and 91. Okay. So 43 minus 91 is nothing but 90 minus 42. That will give me 48 as an answer. Okay. Similar way, difference between 183 and 91. Okay. So it's quite simple. It is 92. And difference between 183 and 43. The difference, the answer is 140. Now you have to find the HCF of 48, 92 and 140. So 48, 92, 140. You have to find the HCF. So here you have two ways. You can either do traditional way of doing it or factorized form, or one more better option is you can go with options. Okay. So you check the options. That particular option should divide all three numbers. If I see here 140 is given, but if I see 13, obviously 13 will never divide 144 completely. So I can eliminate this option. Now if you see 9, I should have a number, all three numbers should be divisible by 9. But if I see here, the digital sum is 5. So 4 plus 1 plus 0 is 5. So obviously it is not divisible by 9, 140. So that I can exclude. Now coming to 7. So this number goes with 7, obviously. That is 7 2s are 20 times. And if you see this number, 7 1s are 7, 22. So 92 doesn't divide 7. So I'm left with 4, but it's better to check. So 4 completely divides 48, the last, that is the 2 digits. This 92 is also completely divided by 4. Yes, yes, correct. And 140 also goes with 4. So my answer is 4. Or the other method is you can do with traditional division method, or you can go with factorized form. Clear? So whenever you see this thing, same reminder in each case, always you have to do or take differences and then you have to find the HCF. Clear? Okay, fine. Let us go for the next question. So next question. The HCF of two numbers is 23 and the other two factors of their LCM are 13 and 14. The larger of the two numbers is. So here is a small concept. Let us discuss that before solving this question. Now let us take example of the numbers which are comfortable with. That is 24, 36. Clear? So let me assume I'll just take 24 as n1 and take 36 as n2. Now you divide n1 by n2. So that is 24 by 36. And if you cancel it, you will get 2 by 3. So this is can be written as f1 by f2, where f1 f2 are always co-primes. Co-primes is nothing but a set of pair of numbers which doesn't have any common factor except 1. Okay, and these co-primes, that is f1 and f2, are called as factors of LCM. Here, now if you observe here, 24 by 36 I got as 2 by 3. How I got 2 by 3? Because I cancelled it with some particular number, that is 12. Here 12 is the HCF. Now you can ask how 12 is the HCF. One way is you calculate the HCF of 2436. The other way is it's a quite common property. When you divide or take ratio of any two numbers, or if a ratio of any two numbers are taken, the HCF gets cancelled. Okay, so whatever is left out are the factors of LCM. So that means from this I can easily write N1 is nothing but HCF into F1. Clear? And similarly N2 can be written as HCF into F2. Now take down the given data. HCF of two number, it is given as 23. So it's 23 in both the cases, and the two factors, one is 13, the other one is 14. Okay, now you have to find which is the largest of two numbers. Largest is this number. So 23 into 14 is nothing but 230, and 23 into 4, so 23 double is 46, 46, 92. So you get 322 as the answer. So the answer for this question is 322. Clear? It's very simple. Okay, so the one number is nothing but the one of the co-prime, that is factor of LCM into HCF. The other number is also factor of LCM into HCF. Yeah, so hope everybody is clear with this concept. Okay, now let us see the next question. Okay, here is the next question. 6 bells commence tolling together and toll at intervals of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12 seconds respectively. In 30 minutes, how many times do they toll together? So this question is similar to the previous one, the recent question that we have discussed, where three friends meeting, three friends, one is 2 times, 2 days once, 3 days once, and 4 days once, and they're asking when do they meet each other. In the similar way, so assume there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 friends. That means 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Now what you have to find? You have to find the LCM of these values. Okay. So once you find the LCM, you'll come to know when all these bells will toll together. So to my knowledge, the LCM is the multiple of the highest number. So multiple of 12 that completely divides 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. It's nothing but 120. So that means in 120 seconds, all these 6 bells will toll together. So 120 seconds is nothing but 2 minutes. Okay. So 2 minutes once, all bells will toll together. So in 30 minutes duration of time. Okay. How many times do they toll? So it's 30 by 2. That is nothing but 15 times. But the answer is 15 plus 1. That is 16 times. Now many would be wondering why I have added plus 1 here. Now if you observe the question carefully, read it carefully, it is given 6 bells commence tolling together. That means we have calculated after the first tolling how many times they have tolled together. So first already they have tolled together, that is 1, plus 15 more in next 30 minutes. Total it is 16 times. The answer is D. Clear? So that's the answer. So let me go for the next question. Okay. Okay. Fourth one. So let n be the greatest number that will divide 1305, 4665 and 96905, leaving the same remainder in each case. Then sum of the digits in n is. So we have already seen this concept in the previous question. So whenever you have the concept of same remainder in each case, what you have to do, you have to take the difference of these numbers. Okay. Now, so 1305, the difference of 1305 minus 4665. So what is the difference of this? 550, next 633. Okay. Similarly, 4665 minus 6905. So this will become 0, 4, 2, 2. Next, 6905 minus 1305. This will become 0065. Okay. So whenever the case of same remainder in each case comes, so the answer is nothing but the HCF of all the differences. Okay. Now here 0 is common, so write down 0 here. I have to find the HCF of these three numbers. Now if I observe carefully, okay, if you observe 224, 336, 560, so all these are multiples of 112. Okay, so my HCF is 1120. But how to verify whether it actually is a multiple of 112, these numbers? Now if you see this 112, if you multiply by 2, you will get 224. Now 1120, 10 gets out. In the similar way, 112 into 3, I'll get this. Now if you see this 112 into 5, if I do, definitely I'll get 12 5 is 60, 500, so 5600. So my assumption is correct. So the HCF of these three number is 1120. But the question they are asking is then the sum of the digits in n. So this is the sum of the digits. Okay, this is n. So you have to find the digital sum. So that is 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 0. So the answer is 4 is my answer. Got the point? So hope everybody is clear with this question. Clear? Okay, good. So let us go for the next question. So fifth question on your screen. Now if you see the greatest number of 4 digits which is divisible by 15, 25, 40 and 75. Now here they are asking you to find a 4-digit number which is greatest and it has to be completely divisible by 15 as well as 25, 40 and 75. Now step 1, let me calculate the LCM of this. Okay, I want to find which is a common multiple for these 4 numbers: 15, 25, 40, 75. So I'll stick to the shortcut. Take the highest number and write down the multiples of it. So 75, 150, next 300. If I do 600, I can write the in between multiples also. That not a big deal. If I see this, 600 is a number which is exactly divisible by 75, 40, 25 and 15. So 600 is my LCM. Okay, but that's not the question they are asking. They are asking you to find the greatest number of 4 digits which is divisible by 50. Okay, now 600 is the first number which is divisible by all these 4 numbers, but I should find the highest number. Clear? Now, so in order to find that, I can easily say that highest number, that is 4-digit number, should also be divisible by 600. Yes or no? Because 600 is a number that is divisible by 15, 25, 40, 75. So if there is a 4-digit number that divides all these 4 numbers, then that particular number should also be divisible by 600. Okay. Now let me start. What is the 4-digit highest number that we know as per our knowledge? So it will be 9999. Okay. Just try to divide it with 600 and see what happens. So if I do this, I'll get 600 the 600. Okay. So it will be 3999. Okay. Next 600 6 3600. Okay. So 99399. Now what is happening here? What is happening is 399 is the extra value that is stopping me for making 600 to be divisible with the highest 4-digit number. I'll repeat again. 399 is the extra value that is stopping 600 to divide 9999. Okay, so that means the answer is quite simple. It is nothing but the highest 4-digit number minus the remainder. That is nothing but 9999 minus 399. So that is 9600. So 9600 is a perfect what you call the number that divides 600. Okay, So 9600 gets divided with 600 completely. So that means 9600 is also divisible by 15, 25, 40 and 75. Okay. So this is the highest 4-digit number that divides all these four numbers completely. Got my point? So that's the answer for this question. So hope everybody is clear with this one. Clear? So let us go for the next question. Okay. Next question. Sixth one. The product of two numbers is 4107. If the HCF of these numbers is 37, then the greatest number is. Now, let us discuss a small concept here. Okay. So, we already know that N1 is nothing but F1 into HCF, where N1 is any number, F1 is the factor of LCM, and HCF is the given number. Sorry, HCF is the highest common factor of any two numbers. And N2 can be written as F2 into HCF. Okay, clear? Now, where F1 comma F2 are always co-prime. Clear? Now from this, I can write N1 into N2 equal to F1 into F2 into HCF square. I'm just multiplying both equations. Now I have to find the greatest number. That means I have to find N1 and first F1, F2 first. So F1 into F2 is equal to N1 into N2 by HCF square. So the product of two numbers they already given is 4107 by, and they have given the HCF as 37 square, 37. So 37 is 37 into 37. So 37 ones are 37 ones are. Again you will get 4. So you will get 1 and 1. Good. Then 37 ones are 3 sir. So the product of two numbers, what I got is 3. And it has to be co-primes. That means the number is 1. Clear? So obviously F1 is 1 and F2 will be 3. Now I have to find the greatest number. Greatest number is N2, where N2 equal to F2 value is 3 into HCF they have already given 37. So 21 plus 11. So that's it. 111 is the answer. Clear? So simple. N1 I have taken, N2 I have taken. I have just multiplied. How I got N1, N2 have we have discussed in the previous questions. So then it's quite simple. Clear? Okay. So let me go for the next question. Seventh one. Three numbers are in the ratio 3 is to 4 is to 5 and the LCM is 2400. The HCF is dash. Now, what is the ratio? Ratio is something what is left out, that is the remaining of what once we cancel or divide with the HCF. Okay. Whatever we have cancelled or divided with the HCF, once the HCF is gone, whatever is left out is the ratio. Clear? Now, and always this F1, let's say F2, F3. These are the three numbers. And always they are co-primes. Okay, where N1 is nothing but F1 into HCF. Similarly, N2 is nothing but F2 into HCF, and N3 is nothing but F3 into HCF. Yeah. Now I can say 3 into 4 into 5 into HCF is nothing but LCM. What? Many might be thinking how I got this. Quite simple. As I have told, F1, F2, F3 are co-primes. I have to take the LCM of three numbers, that is N1, N2, N3. Clear? So LCM equal to, so N1 is nothing but F1 into HCF, comma, F2 into HCF, and F3 into HCF. Now, if I take the LCM part, what do I get common? HCF is common. Okay, HCF is common, and what do I get here? F1, F2, F3. So the LCM is nothing but HCF into F1 into F2 into F3. So this is what I have written here. Okay. HCF value I think they have already not given, but LCM they have given, that is 2400. Now 4 5s are 20, 23 are 60, 61 are 60, 40s are. So the HCF value will be 40. Answer is option A. Clear? Okay, fine. So let me go for the next question. The product of two numbers is 2028 and the HCF is 13. The number of such pairs is, okay. Now I already know the product of two numbers n1 n2 is f1 into f2 into HCF square, because n1 is f1 into HCF, n2 is f2 into HCF. Okay. Now what does f1 f2 do from here? F1 f2 is nothing but product of the numbers by HCF square. Clear? So product of two number is 2028 and HCF is nothing but 13 square into 13. Now 13 ones are 13, 7 comes, 5s are 65, then 7 comes, 6 are, okay. 13 ones are 13, 13 twos are. So the product of F1 F2 is 12. Now as we already know, F1 F2 should be a co-primes. That means there should not be any common factor except 1. So what are the different possible ways of taking 12 in co-primes? I can take either 1 12 or 3 4. So there are only two possibilities. So the question is the number of such pairs. How many such pairs? We have only two pairs which are co-primes, that is F1 F2. Answer is option B. Clear? Okay, fine. So let me go for the next question. The least multiple of 7 which leaves a remainder of 4 when divided by 6, 9, 15 and 18. Okay. Now, so I have to find a multiple of 7 when divided with these numbers have to leave a remainder 4. So the first step that I would recommend you people to do is take the LCM of the number. Clear? Take the LCM. How to take LCM? Take the highest number 118 and go with multiple. 18, it has to be whatever is multiple of 18 has to be divisible with 15. So 15 divisibility numbers, that is multiples of 15 either end with 0 or 5. So 18 5s are, I'll get 90. 90 goes with 15, 9 and 6 as well. Correct? Yes. Clear? Fine. Now I have to have a number, okay, with the remainder should be 4. Clear? Yes. Okay. Now how to do this? Now you divide this with 7. So when I divide with this 7, what the remainder I get? 7 ones are 7. Next, total 94. When so number is 94, 90 plus 4, 94. 94 if I divide with 7, what do I get? 7 ones are 7 and 24. 7 threes are 24. It completely divides the number. But I want a number which leaves a remainder 4. Okay. Then go with the multiples of 90. So 94 is not working. Then go for next number, that is 92s are 180. Now again 180 plus 4 by 7. If I do this, I should get a remainder as 4. Let me check 184 by 7. Now 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14. Okay, 44 is remaining. Next 7 5s are 35, 7 6 are 42. I'll get remainder as 2. Even this is not my option. Next, go with the next multiple of 90. That is, you can go with double. 182 is 360 plus 4 by 7. That is nothing but 364 by 7. So 7 5s are 35, 7 2s are 40. Okay. So 364 is a multiple of 7, and when you divide 364 with any of these numbers, you'll end up with having a remainder 4. Okay. So this is one of the way of solving it. Another way is quite simple. You can just go ahead with the options. Understood my point? So whatever is my answer, it should be a multiple of 7. And when I divide these individual numbers with that particular number, which is a multiple of 7, it should leave me a remainder as 4. Clear? Hope everybody got this question. Fine? Okay. Let me go for the next question. Okay. Next question. The least number which should be added to 2497 so that the sum is exactly divisible by 5643 is dash. Okay. So you have to find the number that should be added to this number so that this total number, once it get added with some other number, will be able to divide 5643 completely. Now, so the first step is take the LCM of these numbers. Dealing with a single number is easy while when compared to 4 numbers. So take the LCM. Now if you see 6 is the highest number, I should have some multiples of 6 which are divisible by 5, 4, 3. Because 5 is there, only have to write the multiples which ends with 5, what you call 5 or 0. So 6 5s are 30. 30 doesn't go with 4. Next 6 10s are 60. So 60 goes with 5, 4, 3 and 6 as well. So 60 is the LCM. Now divide 60 with the given number. So what do we get? 6 4s are 240 I'll get. So 97. 6 1s are 67, 37. Now what number should I add to this number so that I'll get remainder as 0? Okay. So or this number should be particularly divisible by 60. Now if you observe it, I have to make it 60. So what number should I add to make it 60? So it's 23, or that is 60 minus 37. Okay, if I add 23 to this number, the total numbers 2497, if I add 23 to this total number will be exactly divisible by 60, which is nothing but it is divisible by 5, 6, 4 and 3. So answer is option C, 23. Clear? So hope everybody is clear with this. Clear? Okay. So let me go for the next question. The HCF of two numbers is 11 and their LCM is 7700. If one of the number is 275, then the other number is. Okay. So this is a basic concept, okay, that I was just waiting for this question. So here the concept is very easy. Product of any two numbers is always equal to product of HCF and LCM. Product of any two numbers is always equal to product of LCM and HCF. So they have given one of the number. So one of the number is 275 and the other number is X, I don't know. And HCF they have given as 11 and LCM is 7700. So if I start cancelling with 25, I'll get 25 11s, I'll get 25 3s, 0, 8. 11 11 gets cancelled. So the other number is 308. Okay. So answer is C. Yeah. So remember this product of any two numbers is nothing but the product of HCF and LCM. Clear? Okay. So let me go for the next question. Now, the ratio of two numbers is 3:4 and the HCF is 4. Their LCM is. I think we have already done this kind of question. LCM is nothing but HCF into the factors, that is factor of LCM, F1, F2. So LCM we have to find. So HCF is 4 into 4 into 3. 12 3 is a 4, 16 3 is a whatever it is. 48 is the answer. Yeah? Okay, fine. So let me go for the next question. Find the LCM of, we have three numbers which are in factorized form. Okay. So we have already discussed during the beginning of this video to find the LCM when a factorized form is given. Okay. So any factorized form is given. The LCM can be easily found by taking all the bases with highest power available. Okay. So take all different bases. So I have 2 into, I have 3 into 5 into 7 into 11 and write the highest power available. What is the highest power for 2? Here 3 is the highest one. For 3 cube, that is 3 is the highest one. For 5, power 3 is the highest, power 4 is the highest one, sorry. And for 7, I think 3 is the highest one. And for 11, 2 is the highest one. So my answer is 2 cube into 3 cube into 5 power 4 into 7 cube into 11 square. If you see closely, option A is the correct answer. Yeah, that's how you find the LCM when factorized form is given. Take all the bases and take the highest power of it. Clear? So that is the answer for this question. Okay, so let me go for the next question. So find the HCF. So similarly, as we have done for LCM, this process is almost like little different. What we have done, we have to take the common basis. So 2 is common, next 3 is common, and that's it. And we have to take the least power of it. So least power of 2 is 3 and least power of 3 is 1. So answer is 2 power 3 into 3 power 1. So it is option D. Clear? So HCF in the factorized form is calculated by taking all common bases, that is factors, and taking the least power of it. So the HCF of these three factorized form numbers is 2 power 3 into 3 power 1. Clear? Good. So let me go for the next question. The HCF of 9 by 10, 12 by 25, 18 by 35 and 21 by 40. Now this concept we have was waiting for this question. HCF of fraction is calculated as HCF of any fraction is calculated as HCF of numerator by LCM of denominator. This is a concept. It's quite easy. Okay, just remember this. HCF of fractions is calculated as HCF of numerator by LCM of denominator. So numerator we have 9, 12, 18, 21. I have to find the HCF of it. With denominator LCM to be found 10, 25, 35, 40. If you see, you need not to work out each and every LCM or HCF. Just go with the options. First, let me try to find the HCF. So 9, 12, 18, 21. Just by looking, I can say HCF is 3 because all numbers goes with 3. Beyond 3, there is no other number that divides these four numbers. So check the numerator which has 3. So we have 3 by 5 and 3 by 1400. Now here 10, 25, 35, 40, the LCM won't be 5. So obviously it will be 1400. Answer is option C. Clear? So HCF of a fraction is HCF of numerator by LCM of denominator. Clear? Okay, fine. Next question. So the LCM of 2 by 3, 4 by 7 and 5 by 27. So it's the same similar concept to HCF. Only the thing is it reverses. LCM of any fraction is nothing but LCM of numerator divided by HCF of denominator. That's it, simple. Okay, so do the same thing. So I have numerators 2, 4 and 5. I have to take the LCM of it and then the denominators 3, 9, 27. I have to take the HCF of it. If I take 2, 4 and 5, what do I get? I'll get LCM as 20 and HCF I get 3, 9, 3. Answer is 20 by 3. So option B is the answer. Clear? So that's the almost I've covered all type of questions they'll ask in LCM HCF. Okay. So the next thing is you have to practice a lot to get exposed with all different types of problems. Okay. Fine. Thank you.